Friends, life is often like carrying a stone in our hands. At first, it feels light. But as time passes, the weight grows heavier, not because the stone has changed, but because we refuse to let it go. This is the story of a young man who carried such a stone until one day he discovered the truth that set him free. The young man lived in a small village. He worked hard, but he always felt left behind. When he saw others, he only saw their success, their clothes, their wealth, their happiness. He would think, "Why am I not enough?" Each day, his heart grew heavier, as if he was dragging a stone that no one else could see. One afternoon, he sat by the riverbank. The water flowed gently, carrying leaves downstream. He picked up a stone and held it tightly in his palm. He stared at it, whispering, "This is my life, a burden I can't escape." Just then, an old traveler walked by. He saw the young man's troubled face and asked, "Why do you look so burdened, son?" The young man lifted the stone. "Life gave me this. It is heavy. Because of it, I cannot move forward." The traveler sat down beside him and smiled. "Tell me, is the stone heavy when you hold it for a minute?" The young man shook his head. "No, not really." "And if you hold it for an hour?" "It will start to hurt," the young man replied. "And if you carry it all day?" "My hand will go numb." "I won't be able to bear it," he answered softly. The traveler leaned closer and said, "That is how regrets and comparisons work. The stone never changes. Only your grip does. The longer you hold on, the heavier it feels." The young man looked at the stone in his hand. His eyes widened. For the first time, he realized he had been holding on to his pain and failures by choice. Slowly, he opened his palm and dropped the stone into the river. It sank and disappeared into the flowing water. The traveler pointed at the river. "See, the river does not resist the stone. It accepts it and keeps flowing. You too must learn to flow." The young man sat in silence, watching the ripples fade. Something inside him felt lighter, freer. That day, he decided he would no longer compare himself to others. Instead, he began focusing on one small step each day, learning a new skill, finishing his work, helping someone in need. Progress was slow, but it was real, and with each step, he felt stronger. In time, he looked back and realized the stone he once carried was gone. What remained was the strength he had gained by letting it go. Friends, life will always place stones in our hands, failures, mistakes, unfair comparisons. But the pain doesn't come from the stone itself. It comes from holding it too long. A tree lets go of its old leaves every season, not because the leaves are useless, but because new life cannot grow if the old is never released. The river flows because it does not cling. The bird flies because it does not hold on to the branch forever. And you will rise the day you learn to let go of what weighs you down. Remember this: the stone in your hand does not define you. What defines you is the courage to open your palm and let it go. So friends, the next time life feels too heavy, ask yourself, am I holding the stone, or am I free to flow? If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who might be carrying their own stone today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories that remind us how strong the human spirit truly is.